Mr. Sneeze. This is Scotland, which is a country somewhere near the North Pole. The weather in Scotland is winter all the time, and it isn't snowing, it's freezing, and when it isn't freezing, it's snowing. So you can imagine how cold it is. Because it's so cold in Scotland, everybody who lives there is cold as well. You can tell if somebody comes from Scotland because everybody there has a red nose, and people in Scotland aren't the only ones with red nose. In Scotland, you can see red-nosed dogs tasting red-nosed cats tasting red-nosed mice. In Scotland, you can even see red-nosed. And what you hear most of the time in Scotland is a noise that sounds like this. The sound of the sneeze is very common in Scotland, which is not very surprising, is it? This is a story about Mr. Sneeze. He lives in a small, snow-covered cottage in Silvertown, the capital of Scotland. Every morning, Mr. Sneeze woke up, Sneeze got up, Sneeze got dressed, Sneeze went downstairs, Sneeze ate his breakfast, Sneeze and went to work, still sneezing. I don't like this sneezing all the time, he thought to himself every day, until one day he decided to leave Scotland and try to find a cure for the sneeze. So that very same day, Mr. Sneeze packed his things he needed for his journey. Sneeze locked his front door, sneeze and sat up. He worked and sneezed and worked, sneezed and worked his way across Scotland. And then he sneezed and worked and sneezed, and for days and days and days. And then he sneezed and worked and sneezed for days and days until Scotland was far behind. As he walked away from Scotland, he noticed that there were less and less snow, and eventually he walked so far that there were no snow at all. And as he walked, he noticed something else. He was walking and sneezing. He was working and working. For the first time in his life, he wasn't sneezing. Not at all. Not a bit. Not even the tiniest tissue. I wonder I'm not sneezing, he thought to himself, but he must have thought out loud to himself, because the voice behind him replied, "You're not sneezing because you haven't got a cold." Mr. Sneeze jumped, turned, and there behind him stood a wise old wizard. "What's so cold?" asked Mr. Sneeze. "A cold is what you catch when you're too cold," said the wise old wizard wisely. "Oh," said Mr. Sneeze, "but I came from a country called Scotland, where everybody is too cold all the time." "Nonsense!" snarled the wizard. "You can't be too cold all the time because of the sun." And he pointed to the sun, which was smiling in the sky. "But we don't have any sun in Scotland," said Mr. Sneeze. "No sun!" exclaimed the wizard.
How extraordinary! We better do something about that, hadn't we?
Yes, agreed Mr. Sneeze, not quite knowing what the wizard was talking about.
How far away is this place or call land?
Asked the wizard. Oh, it's miles and miles and miles away, replied Mr. Sneeze.
Mr. Wizard,
asked the wizard. Mr. Sneeze pointed.
Shouldn't take long,
said the wizard, who then waved his wand and muttered some magic words, which wouldn't be magic if we told you what they were. Whatever those magic words were, they worked. Before you say sneeze, both the wizard and Mr. Sneeze was trying forth to Silvertown, which you will remember is the capital of Cortland, and as usual, it was snowing.
I say, this is a great gloomy place,
said the wizard. It's true, replied Mr. Sneeze, who had started sneezing again.
Cortland certainly needs some sunshine,
said the wizard.
And that's going to take some rather special magic.
Please hurry up, said Mr. Sneeze, who was rapidly turning into a snowman.
No,
said the wizard, ignoring him.
I'm going to say some magic words, and I want you to sneeze 3 times immediately afterwards.
The wise old wizard then held up his magic wand and muttered some more magic words, which again wouldn't be magic if he told you what they were. Achoo, 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 sneezed Mr. Sneeze. Then quite suddenly, as if by magic, which indeed it was, the sun came out behind from the big black clouds, and it stopped snowing.
Dear no,
said the wizard.
Don't you stop the sneezing?
And then, after muttering some more magic words, and without waiting to even say goodbye, he disappeared. Mr. Sneeze just stood there in the sunshine, watching the snow begin to melt. After that, the sun shined every day, and today Cortland isn't anything like it used to be. You can't see red-nosed dogs chasing red-nosed cats chasing red-nosed mice anymore. In those days, the sound of the sneeze is very uncommon sound indeed, and even Mr. Sneeze doesn't sneeze anymore. And that isn't the only thing different about Mr. Sneeze, as he discovered himself when he looked in the mirror one morning. Can you see what the difference about Mr. Sneeze? It happened one other time too. See if you can find the place where that was.